Call of Duty Vanguard came out on November 5th and I have been playing it for the last 5 days, which is basically since launch, and I really wanted to make content about the game. I just didn't know what videos to make, so I decided why not make the first video I make about the game just my opinions about the multiplayer side of things. So, before we begin, I just want to point out that this is going to be my opinion, and it's going to be coming from someone who loved playing Modern Warfare 2019. So a lot of players are going to disagree with me. I am not a COD OG, and my preferences in Call of Duty might be quite different from the COD OGs or from the dedicated Call of Duty players. But generally I love the franchise, and especially for the last 2 years Call of Duty has been my safe haven. So I really enjoy playing it, and that's just going to make the content I make about the game a lot better. Just basically, if you enjoy the game that you make content about, it just automatically makes everything that you say about the game kind of better, because you're saying it from passion and not just because you have to or because you should. So yeah, just try to remember that and try not to throw rocks at me because I liked Modern Warfare 2019 or because I really liked Vanguard. Also, if you liked the video, be sure to hit the like button, and if you want to see more Call of Duty and Vanguard and Warzone content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into the opinion side of things. First of all, I wanted to talk about the feel of the game, and I don't know what the Beanox team did with the optimization, but the game feels awesome. It feels super smooth, the performance is very smooth, and even if sometimes I wasn't like 80 or 90 FPS, the game just felt like I was playing on 144. It was very smooth, and that just improves the experience drastically. Also, the game is graphically really beautiful. I really like how it looks. I really like the weapon textures, the map textures, and all in all, just the lighting and generally the graphics is just beautiful. Now, talking about the graphics, the weapon animations look amazing, and this really shows that it has been built on the same engine than Modern Warfare 2019 was, because it has the same capabilities, but they have just been improved on. The weapons feel amazing, especially when you shoot them. The hit marker sounds and the hit marker visuals just make it very satisfying to shoot the weapons and to kill enemies. Also, the attention to detail on some of these animations and some of the weapons and how they look is just spectacular. I really like it, and probably a lot of people really like it too. At least I hope so. Now, to go away from the graphical and animation side of things, let's talk about the content. And regarding content, first of all, I wanted to talk about the weapons and the weapon count. And currently we have 38 weapons at launch of the game, which is a really large number, and it's a large pool of weapons that you can choose from. And out of these 38 weapons, for example, 7 of them are assault rifles. So this is really nice to have at launch of the game, especially if you're someone who just loves to grind weapon levels and loves to grind camos. You have a lot to do, and it's very rewarding to actually do it. Regarding weapons, I also want to talk about the attachments and the customization levels that you can achieve through the Gunsmith. So yeah, Gunsmith is again returning like it was in Cold War, like it was in Modern Warfare 2019, but this time it's just cranked up a notch, and you actually can equip 10 attachments at the same time on any of the primary weapons, which is awesome, and it offers a lot of options to kit your weapons. You basically, if you want to make a close range SMG like LMG, you can do that. If you want to make an SMG that feels like an AR at long range, you can do that. You can basically customize the weapons to the way you want them to play. If you want a fast weapon, you can have a fast weapon. If you want a slow weapon but heavy hitting weapon, there you go, you are able to get that done. So there's a ton of attachments in the game. The primary weapons, for example, have 70 levels that you can grind through, and that you're gonna have to grind through if you wanna get gold camo on them, and well, eventually get the mastery camo, which again, the long grind might be very tedious, but it's also very interesting and rewarding, and you actually have something to do in the game. If you want to speed it up, you can use double XP tokens that you have in Vanguard or in Warzone, because they do transfer, they just don't show as active in Vanguard. Talking about grinding, you can now grind something else other than weapons and your profile level. You can grind operator XP. You can level up operators that you have. Currently there's 12 of them. 3 more are coming in season 1 on December 2nd. And each of the operators, when you grind them and level them up, just basically unlocks calling cards, emblems, and even skins for the operator. And there's also mastery operator skins, basically gold operators or kind of like platinum or diamond operators, which look really badass. And you can unlock those basically just by leveling all of the operators. If you level up to max level, which is currently 20, or all of the operators in the game, then you get the diamond skin for all of the operators. If you level up to level 20, just the 3 operators in the 1 division, you get the gold skin, which also looks really neat, and some of them I like them even more than the platinum ones. At first you won't have any operators unlocked, but it will assign you a random operator. But once you unlock an operator and select them, well, you can use the operator and level them up. Each operator basically has unlock challenges that if you complete, you unlock the operator and you can use them. Also, there are different challenges for multiplayer and zombies, so if you don't like the challenge in multiplayer, you can go in zombies and do that challenge instead. Also, on the topic of operators, each operator has their assigned favorite weapon. So, for example, Arthur Kingsley has his favorite weapon as Stan. So if you use Stan while playing as Arthur Kingsley, you're going to get more XP for the operator and also get more XP for the weapon. Now I wanted to talk about maps, and to me, all of the maps feel quite awesome. They're amazing, they play really well, but some of them just feel and play better than others. Especially the smaller maps feel just a lot better. For example, Eagle's Nest or Das House, which is like this really small map, and if you play it on blitz spacing, it's just basically shipment, just everything is exploding, there's players all around the map, and it's just really satisfying to play on that map, especially if you want to unlock the gold camo for weapons. It's just nice for grinding weapon camos and weapon XP, because there's just a ton of players and you get a ton of kills. You also call in a ton of kill streaks and complete a ton of challenges. So yeah, the smaller maps feel really nice. The big maps don't feel as nice, but don't get me wrong, they are still pretty awesome. They look really good and they play quite well, but just not on tactical pacing. Some of the bigger maps on tactical pacing just are too slow. You are very rarely encountering an enemy, and that's just not how Call of Duty should feel, so I suggest just bumping up the combat pacing on the bigger maps. There's an MVP screen now after the end of each match, which takes 3 of the best players from the match, and you can choose which one will get your vote. The one with the most votes will actually win more XP and will win match MVP. Now you also get XP just by voting. It's just 25 XP, but still, you vote for someone who you thought was MVP and you get free XP for that, so why not? It's also a nice feature to just spread positivity from the community, because as we all know, Call of Duty community can be very different. Now I already talked about combat pacing with the big maps, so let's talk about combat pacing. And I really like this feature because it allows you to choose what playstyle actually fits you, or what pacing fits your playstyle. So if you want a really chaotic playstyle with a lot of enemy encounters, you choose Blitz, and that's just basically the combat pacing feature is basically just player count in a game. So if you choose tactical combat pacing, which is the first one, the slowest one, it's just regular 6v6 Call of Duty. It's just 6v6 like we all know it, and it just plays like we all know it, especially on smaller maps. Then there's Assault, which is kind of like the middle ground between tactical pacing and blitz pacing, so it's like the middle amount of players in the game. And then there's blitz pacing, which can go up to 24 versus 24 players, so it's actually 48 players in one match, which is amazing, especially feels amazing on the bigger maps. But it's not always 24 versus 24. This is based on the size of the map that you're playing. So on the smaller maps it can be like 8v8, for example on Das House, while on the larger maps like Red Star or Castle it can be 24 versus 24. So I really like this feature because I can actually basically just play Blitz all the time if I want to, and just kill a lot of players and get a lot of kills, get a lot of camo challenges done. And this is especially useful when you're playing Das House 24/7 that Sledgehammer added as a request from the community, which is awesome that they listen. So yeah, this is a very nice feature. The mastery camo for multiplayer is Atomic, which looks really beautiful. It basically looks like an animated Damascus, which I really like. The zombies mastery camo is called Dark Ether, as it was in Black Ops Cold War, but now it's green. It looks different, and I am quite indifferent about it. I don't think it's necessarily really bad, but I think it could look better, especially if the pattern on it was a little bit smaller. Now it's just too big and doesn't look as satisfying as it probably should. But all in all, the mastery camos are quite rewarding, and it's a nice flex on your enemies when you actually unlock it. So all in all, there's tons of multiplayer content. There's 16 maps, there's 38 weapons that you can grind through, and there's, well, basically all of the base Call of Duty game modes, and they're gonna add more throughout the seasons, but so far at launch the experience is really spectacular and I really like it and I really enjoy playing it, and I have been for the last 5 days, and I am going to continue playing it every single day because I basically it feels great. It's very satisfying to play Call of Duty Vanguard, even more than Modern Warfare 2019, and I loved that game. Not to mention the Warzone integration that's going to happen on December 2nd, and also Season 1, more content, 3 more maps, 3 more operators, more weapons. It's just really a lot of content that the players wished for and that we actually got. So all in all, the experience is awesome and I really like it. But there's also some bugs in the game. For example, camo challenges that require you to use attachments that don't exist for that specific weapon, or 100 point-blank kills on snipers. Like, why would you need to have point-blank kills on sniper rifles? Isn't the whole point of sniper rifles just to get long-range kills? It's really weird to have this challenge there. Also, the 3-line rifle requires 100 bloodthirsties, where the other sniper rifles require 30 bloodthirsties. It's just very weird, buggy. Some of the challenges are not even tracking for some people, like the normal kills or headshot kills. For me, reticles are not locking in multiplayer, but they are unlocking zombies, which is really weird to see. There are some graphical glitches when you see fire from the firebombing run. It just bugs out the textures all around the fire, and the game has very fast time to kill. Like, it's extremely fast, and you can't react to any gunshots because you get melted before you actually can aim at the enemy, which a lot of players don't like and are advocating on increasing the time to kill, and I agree. I just want to increase the time to kill by at least a little bit, by like 50 milliseconds. That would make the reaction time actually more viable and more possible for you to actually react to gunshots instead of just getting melted from even across the map. Especially when everybody's just using the STG with the Vital perk, which makes it a 3-shot kill with 200 millisecond time to kill, which is really fast for multiplayer. So yeah, basically all of the negative things I could think of right now that I encountered. And yeah, so that's my opinion about the game. Again, this is coming from someone who loved playing Modern Warfare 2019 and who loves playing Vanguard even more. The experience is awesome and it's going to get even better throughout the seasons, which I really am looking forward to. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think about the multiplayer experience and what you think about Vanguard. Whether it's positive or negative, I'm here to see what your opinions are. And I'm actually curious how many of you actually agree with me on this and really like to play the game as well and just put hours in day and day. Yeah, so that's all from me in this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and well, see you in the next video. Bye.